Hello and welcome to Legislative Report. I'm State Representative Kate Harper from the 61st District in Montgomery County, and today we are standing at the beautiful campus of the Montgomery County Community College where the Senior Games of Montgomery County are in progress. In fact, today's the last day. We have lots of athletes here, and we also have a senior expo where people have information pertinent and valuable for seniors. So stay with me as we take a tour of the Senior Games and talk to the people who are here. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Well, I'm here with Kurt Baker. Some of you might recognize Kurt from Whitman Township, but he's here as the chairman of the Senior Games, a post he's held for 5 years, and it's a big job. So, Kurt, why don't we tell the viewers, how many people do we have competing this week?
All right, we have over 330 that registered, pre-registered, and this year we had a lot of walk-ins that registered on site for the first time. Probably we're around 350 participants from throughout the week.
And how old do you have to be a senior athlete to participate in Senior Games?
50 and up.
And how old would our oldest contestant be, if you know?
94, I think we have a participant at 94 in, it was in billiards yesterday, actually.
And how do you do?
I think he got a gold medal.
And I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so in addition to billiards, you have about a week of activities. What other sports or events do you have here at Senior Games?
We have almost 30 different activities, but some of the more popular ones are bocce. Golf on Monday was a big event. We had over 60 participants in that. Swimming is always popular. Tennis, pickleball, you can keep going on and on. We had horseshoes, bowling, 2 sites this time. We were at Limerick and then here in East Norton at Facenda Whitaker. Today's event seemed very well attended with darts and the walking events, softball toss, which is going on behind us, and football. There's really something for everybody at every competitive level too. They can come out just for the fun of trying it and seeing their friends to being real competitive.
Well, with that many people and that many events, this must take a lot of organizing. How does this all come together?
Well, it's the effort of a lot of people. We have an organizing committee of about 18, and they come from different parks and rec departments, from state legislators' offices, thank you very much, and from the community college has a big play in it. And we meet monthly to organize the games. They've been running for so long, it's almost like second nature to us. We have to tweak as we go along. This year we had our website for the first time and could register online to help people that way, not have to come out to register or put something in the mail. We have to make sure that the sites are available to us, and one of the big things we have to do is go out and fundraise so that we can support the games and not charge much for the participants. We had a lot of great support that way this year, and I do have to say all the legislative offices kicked in to help do all the mailing for all of our registration this year. It was awesome.
Well, thank you for that, but we just want people to have fun. Is that the goal of the game?
It is. Friendly competition is what our underlying statement is, to just go out there, get a little exercise, see some friends, make new friends, and then just have a lot of fun participating in the events. And like I said, we have some very competitive seniors all the way up to that age, 94. But then we have some that just simply come out to see people that they see once a year, but to say hello to them again.
Well, thanks. I think now we'll probably go find some of those athletes and talk to them about their experience here at Senior Games. I'm here with State Representative George Sauerman, now retired, who really was a founding member of the Senior Games and had the idea to get this started. So, George, can you tell the folks what was the idea behind the Senior Games?
Well, the idea was that there were the Keystone Games where for all the state, but people couldn't get there. And we wanted to bring the games in. If the recreation was good for some people, it would be good for everybody. So we wanted to start it in Montgomery County.
Well, I understand that we have more than 350 senior athletes competing this week. What do you think about that?
That's great. And every year it's been great. The people that have stayed on and worked with this, the committee, just do a wonderful job. And they commit themselves. They start early in the year. They work hard at it. And this is the results of that, I think, and of the many people who participate. So.
All right, now, so I know you're still living in Ambler. Are you competing today?
Well, I'm not really competing. I'm going to just participate.
Well, that's okay, too.
Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us.
All righty.
Well, I'm here with Nancy Adams from Tomenson Township. And I want to ask you, Nancy, I know you competed this week. What sports did you participate in?
Basketball, free throw, darts, throwing a softball, and throwing the football.
All right, now how did you do?
Okay, I guess, in my age group, so.
All right, that's great. Now, is this your first time participating?
Yes, it is my very first time participating.
And would you do it again?
Sure, I would.
All right, now, for the seniors who are watching at home and who are nervous about this, what would you tell them if they wanted to come out and try some of these events?
It's very easy, no pushing, no problems, just do what you want to do.
All right, now the other thing I want to ask you is you're in pretty good shape for your age group, right?
Thank you.
All right, so tell us how you keep in shape.
Just keeping active, walking up at the Y in Harleysville, and playing tennis at different times, and just keeping active.
All right, well, that's great. Thank you very much, Nancy, for talking to us.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Doris Schultz from Walnut Meadows in Tomenson. Now, what sports did you participate in this week?
Well, this week I didn't do so much. I done football tours and softball tours right now, and horseshoes, shuffleboard. There was forgot what that sport is called. Bocce?
Bocce.
Not bocce. Pickleball.
Wow, so it sounds to me like you did a lot of sports. How did you do?
I done pretty good. So far, I think I got 3 gold.
I think that's pretty good, 3 gold.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, now why don't you tell us what sport you like the best or what event you like the best of the Senior Games?
Lunch.
Lunch.
I don't have a favorite sport. I just like to participate and cheer on the seniors. And
All right, now it looks to me like there might be a lot of folks from Walnut Meadows here. Do you have a lot of friends here?
no, I just know a few of from Walnut Meadows.
All right.
I don't like to talk on the radio.
Well, you're doing very well. Okay, so how would you tell people to get in shape for the games? Do they need to get in shape?
Yes, get active in the Y and good eating habits. And like I said, exercise every day, least a half a mile or more walk every day.
All right, that sounds like good advice, and thank you very much, Dora, for talking to us. Pat, what games have you participated in this week at Senior Games?
I participated in bocce, hot shot, my favorite, the cycling, and I'm going to do the football throw probably and the softball throw. Yeah.
All right, now why is cycling your favorite?
I've cycled all my life. I must have had 5 accidents. Still have come back. You see the landscape, and you smell the roses.
All right, so that's probably your favorite sport in general.
My favorite.
Okay, now what kind of tips would you offer to a senior watching who wants to come out and be in Senior Games next year?
Okay, stay active. Keep everything going. If you walk. If you can go to a gym, go to the gym. But try to do something every day physical, as well as your diet.
All right, now you're a fan of the Senior Games. How long have you participated?
21 years.
Wow, that must be from the start.
92.
All right, well, we've already interviewed Representative George Sauerman, who was one of the founding members.
Oh, outstanding. I remember.
All right, and he's very pleased that we have more than 350 people participating this week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am happy too. Wish we had more.
All right, so anything you would tell your friends and neighbors if they see you and want to participate but are afraid?
Okay. The big thing is to stay in the game. and to come to the senior games every year, regardless of how good you are. It's not about the competition for me anymore. It's our statement that we're still in the game and we're still here showing people that we are still in the game.
All right, I think that says it all.
Okay.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Marge Merritt, who at 96 is an active participant in the Senior Games. So we're going to talk to Marge about what sports she participated in this week. Now, Marge, I know you live at Normandy Farms, and I got lots of friends there. What events did you do this week?
I did horseshoes, darts, softball, and the soft throw, I think they call it.
Okay, and how did you do?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Now, are the events, do they have age groups?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the highest one you can get.
I guess so at 96. Now, how do you keep so fit? How do you keep going?
Keep busy.
All right. And if you wanted to give some advice to people about coming out and participating next year, what would you tell them?
I'll tell them come out. It's wonderful. It's good exercise. And it shows what you can do.
Still do, right?
Right. Right.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for talking to us, Marge. I appreciate it.
Okay. Very good.
I'm here with a lawyer, Michelle Burke, who's a director of the Montgomery Bar Association and co-chair of the Elder Law Committee. Michelle has a book that the lawyers have produced, and it's free, that has lots of valuable advice in it. So, Michelle, could you tell us a little bit about the Elder Law Handbook?
Well, we're very proud to be able to continue to distribute it and update it for free. It's available in representatives' offices, such as yourself, and we also distribute it to libraries and other places in the community for free. It's also on the Bar Association website, which is www.montgomerybar.org.
And what's in the book that people should know?
Everything. This book covers every aspect of concern to seniors and their children for finding long-term care, planning for the future, and preventing scams. It has consumer protection tips, and it's all free.
Right now, I know that sometimes seniors come into my office and they don't know the difference between a power of attorney, a will, a living will. Can they get that information from your book?
Absolutely. We have chapters in an easy-to-read format that explain exactly what each of these documents are and what should be included in them and how to go about writing them.
All right, and some seniors are honestly timid about approaching a lawyer. Would this be a good place to start?
This would be a fantastic place to do homework and find out about all the questions they would need to ask when they plan to meet with their elder law attorney.
Okay, now you used that expression a couple of times, elder law attorney, and I know you are an elder law attorney, but what is that?
An elder law attorney will know about the free resources available to seniors and areas of concern and how they can plan for the future. And that will differ from an estate planning attorney or another kind of an attorney. So it's like if you hurt your foot, you wouldn't go to an eye doctor. It's similar with concerns seniors would have, and elder law attorneys can help them.
Okay, now I know that's what you do, and it's rare that lawyers give away advice, but that's what the book is, right?
That's absolutely right. The book is absolutely free, and the advice is good.
All right, great. Thanks very much for talking to us.
Thank you for sponsoring this great fair.
We're going to take a short break from the Senior Games and Senior Expo to honor someone who many of you know well. Kurt Baker of Whitman Township Park and Recreation Department is retiring. So stay with us. We'll be back with more information and more action from the Senior Games and the Senior Expo in just a moment.
Did you know that in the corridors in the first floor of the capital of Pennsylvania, there are nearly 400 individual mosaics? The idea for creating these intricate tiles was first suggested by Henry C. Mercer in 1902. A year later, he received the commission to prove 16,000 square feet of pavement tiles for the Great Rotunda and corridors of the new state capitol building in Harrisburg. Mercer set about designing subjects for approximately 400 mosaics. He chose as his general theme the history of Pennsylvania, and he soon realized that his tiles could tell stories. Although the arrangement seems random, the mosaics are very thoughtfully placed in the floor. The tile sequence is roughly chronological, beginning at one end with the scenes depicting the Native Americans. The mosaics progress into the story of European habitation in the New World and encompass the Commonwealth's triumph through process and intervention. Now you know.
I want to bring Kate Harper up, Representative Kate Harper. I got you once already this month. I'm going to get you again.
What?
You have to know that Kate goes way beyond just sitting in her office here in Bluebell and with the state. I just want to let you all know that Kate recently was given a governmental award by the Pennsylvania Recreation and Park Society for her work in saving the Keystone Fund, which is an environmental fund. It allows us to rehab parks, it allows us to purchase open space, and Kate was the key person at the state level who fought when the governor tried to cut it completely out of the budget. And because of her efforts and other representatives and people across the state, the fund was saved. It's solid right now, and we'll be continuing to be able to operate our state parks, preserve open space, continue conservation efforts. And I just want to recognize Kate for her efforts and thank her very much.
Thank you. Okay. You may not have heard of the Keystone Fund, but it was your fund. The voters actually approved that to be put aside for parks and recreation. So I felt that I was being true to you, who had actually approved that fund by like a 70% margin. So I'm glad I was able to do that. I'd like to ask my colleagues to come up to prove that we can do something in a bipartisan way. So Representative Brendan Boyle, Representative Matt Bradford, join me up here, if you will. And did Commissioner Shapiro leave? Okay, I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. His picture was in the paper this morning for coming in first in bocce at the prison employees tournament. But his partner was Warden Julio Algarin. And I think that had something to do with it. That's just me, okay? Between us, don't mention it to him, okay? All right, now, my assistant? Yes. All right, just to prove that we can be bipartisan in the House in Harrisburg, I want you all to know that I have here a House citation, which is not a traffic ticket. It's actually greetings and good news from the Pennsylvania House of Representatives and the citizens of Pennsylvania, and it's to Kurt Baker. Come on up, Kurt. Kurt has been chairman of the Senior Games for 5 years and was actually on the committee for 27 years. And he had hair when he started. So we are going to give him a House citation congratulating him on doing such a good job as chairman of the games as he passes the mantle of that job, at least, on to somebody else. Congratulations, Kurt, and thanks very much. I'm here with Roseanne Strang from Transnet, and I see you've got those buses, and in fact, I see those buses driving around Montgomery County. What is Transnet, and why is it important for seniors to know about it?
Transnet is an alternative to driving. If a senior needs to give up their driving privileges, then they can register with Transnet. We have a couple of programs, a program for seniors called the Senior Shared Ride Program for people 65 and over. There's also a program for people 60 to 64, which is partly paid through funded through Montgomery County Office on Aging and Adult Services. So this is a great way. The seniors can use it for any purpose at all. There's a very short registration process. They just complete the application free of charge, send it back to Transnet with proof of age, and then we send them an ID card and they're ready to use the service.
All right, now how much does it cost if I needed a Transnet bus to get me to the doctor?
Depending on how far you travel, the minimum charge for like 0 to 3 miles would be $2.70. Going up as high, if it's over 12 miles, it's $7.50 each way.
Well, that doesn't sound very expensive.
Now, I think it's a great way for people to get around. Even if you're already driving, this is an alternative. For instance, if your automobile is in the shop and needs repair, you can use Transnet to get around if you need to get to a doctor and you don't have your car available to you at the time.
You know, I know some seniors who have cars, but they've become afraid of driving on the roads. The traffic is so bad. Would Transnet be an option for them?
Absolutely, absolutely. They certainly would not have to just stay home and do nothing. This is certainly an alternative for them.
All right, Roseanne, how would somebody get registered at Transnet? I know you said it's easy, but where do they start?
Okay, they can call Transnet at our main office in Bluebell, which is 215-542-7433. They can go on our website, suburbantransit.org. They can download an application and mail it right to Transnet, and we'll send out the information to them.
All right, now about how many seniors in our area use your services at Transnet?
We have quite a few seniors registered with Transnet throughout Montgomery County that use the service every day. We do transportation to the senior centers, to adult daycare centers. We do transportation for foster grandparent program, the senior volunteer program of Montgomery County. So we're spread out throughout the county doing all different types of transportation.
And your buses are certainly very eye-catching. It's hard to miss them when they're rolling down the street.
Absolutely, absolutely, they are. They are well advertising the senior ride.
Well, thank you very much, Roseanne. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
I'm here with Dolly Walsh of RSVP, Retired Senior Volunteer Program. And they not only need volunteers, they also give out valuable information. So Dolly, why don't you tell me what is RSVP?
RSVP is a volunteer placement agency. We speak to people who are interested in volunteering. We have an interview with them. We find out what kinds of things they like to do, what their availability is, and the areas that they would like to volunteer. And then we make suggestions about their skills and their interests, their likes, and then we make ideas, give them ideas about the kinds of placements that they can have in their home area.
So you're kind of like a matchmaker between people who want to volunteer and agencies that need help. Is that right?
Like a matchmaker and a headhunter, because organizations also call us and say that they need volunteers for specific events that they've got coming up. And then we make suggestions to the volunteers that they might like to volunteer at those placements.
Right. Now, I've seen RSVP volunteers in many locations in Montgomery County, but I do know that one of the more popular services RSVP offers is this, the Apprise. What's that all about?
Apprise is one of our programs, and the Apprise program counselors are very highly trained counselors who know everything about Medicare and Medicare-related issues. They go back out into the senior centers, they go back out into the libraries, they talk with people about their issues, and they try and give them expert help.
Well, one thing I've noticed is it often falls on daughters and daughters-in-law to figure out this kind of stuff. Is that something that RSVP can help with?
Absolutely. We talk to both the families and the person who is Medicare age, and we give them ideas. We don't give specific ideas about where they should buy their insurance, but we give them ideas about the best fit for them in their particular area.
And it's all very confusing if you don't have some help, right?
Absolutely. It's very, very confusing, but our experts are very well trained. They keep up to date with all of the latest changes, and they know a lot about the Medicare problems.
Now, I know a lot of people who were, when they were working, executives, and now they're retired and they're looking for something to do. Is RSVP a good place for them?
Absolutely. We work with the volunteer executive consultants, and these are people who are retired executives and now want to go back out and help in a nonprofit sector. They help with people who businesses who want to do to set up a business, a nonprofit, and they either help with their board of directors or they help with their fundraising. They do all of the for the nonprofit that a for-profit agency would do.
All right, so if somebody wants to get in touch with RSVP to either volunteer or to take advantage of some of the services that you offer, they just have to give you a phone call?
Yes, our number is 610-834-1040. That's our main number. And if you wanted to speak to someone in particular, you can dial extension 17, and then he would be able to report to the right person.
All right, thanks very much, Dolly. Pleasure talking to you. I'm here with Leon Fox, a lawyer I know from the Montgomery Bar Association out of Norristown, but today he's not being a lawyer. When you are a lawyer, Leon, where do you practice?
In Norristown at 1 Montgomery Plaza, Fox & Fox. Next year will be our 90th year anniversary.
Wow. But today you're pretending to be retired, I think. So what are you doing at the Senior Games and Senior Expo?
I've actually done both. I went to work this morning. I came here to participate in the foul shooting and hot shooting, and I'm going back to work when we finish.
All right, now how did you do at the foul shooting and hot shooting?
Not as well as I would have liked to. I did 7 out of 10 in foul shooting and 15 out of 21 in hot shooting. And since I made 19 out of 21 last year and 9 out of 10, it was a disappointing performance.
Well, as we all know, that happens sometimes. What would you counsel people to do if they wanted to be ready for next year's Senior Games?
Practice. Don't wait until the day before to shoot your first foul shots in a year.
And is that what you did?
That's what I did, and I learned my lesson for next year. Next year, I'll start a couple weeks in advance.
All right, now I noticed that you're here at the expo also. Have you seen any information that you find interesting?
I just started walking around 5 minutes ago because I just finished the competition, and there's much interesting, and I picked up some things for the women's group to pass out to some of my family law clients.
Oh, okay. And did you visit the Montgomery Bar Elder Law exhibit?
Yet. I've only gone through one aisle. I just started, and I'm going to go through all the aisles before I go back to work.
All right, well then we won't hold you up. Thanks very much for talking to us, Leon. Pleasure. That's all the time we have for this month's legislative report. I'm talking to you from the beautiful campus of the Montgomery County Community College, and I hope you enjoyed our show on the Senior Games and the Senior Expo. If there's anything I can do for you, or if you need help of a state or legislative nature, please contact me at my Bluebell office. The information will appear on your screen in just a moment. Join me again for Legislative Report.